Good evening. I'm Carol Kidu Jr. with the news. Here are the headlines. In this edition, NIO launches plan to improve its works. Opposition raises concerns about medicine shortage, and official Kumu's lineup released. The National Intelligence Organization launched its Corporate Plan 2025 to 2030 today in Port Moresby. This plan outlines the organization's goals and initiatives aimed at enhancing national security and intelligence capabilities over the next several years.
The national security threat environment is more sophisticated now than it was decades ago, hence the need for PNG National Intelligence Organization to strengthen its intelligence capacity and capabilities. The launching of the PNG NIO Corporate Plan 2025 to 2030 aims to address these while fostering collaboration with other governmental and non-governmental entities. Acting Director General Lieutenant Colonel Joshua Dopa said the corporate plan will strategically align NIO's corporate objectives and its strategies intended to be achieved within the 5-year term.
This will be the first corporate plan for the organization to be implemented, and taking note of a draft document that was formulated in 2015, but didn't went through the process of verification and approval.
He said the plan encompasses the principles of the broader government policies, such as the Vision 2050, to form a vibrant and robust policy that will effectively underpin the current and future intentions of NIO. He added that the plan is only the first of many steps that are needed to transform the organization so that it becomes a dynamic, vibrant, and robust national institution that is effectively and efficiently responding to the growing security challenges in the country.
The 8 corporate objectives identified clearly in the document define and the strategic intent of the organization within the 5-year plan subsequently aligns to the PNG NIO Act, MTDP4, and the National Security Policy and other related policies. Number 1, strengthen national intelligence capabilities. 2, safeguard our dignity, sovereignty, and national interest. 3, provide strategic focus and assessments to the government. 4, enhance intelligence oversight and governance. Number 5, promote domestic security and good order. Number 6, build strategic partnership and intelligence collaborations. Number 7, advance organizational reform and capability development. And the last one, ensure accountability and reporting.
Meantime, Interim Director General of the National Security Agency Secretariat, Dr. Francis Ualupmomi, thanked Mr. Dopa for his leadership in achieving this corporate plan.
The national security policy clearly articulates how the national security sector should now function and coordinated. Furthermore, the government has established strategic intelligence community to be led or have been led by the Papua New Guinea Intelligence Organization.
The corporate plan is the first plan for NIO under the leadership of Lieutenant Colonel Joshua Dopa. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
The rolling out of the 166 structure in the education curriculum across the country has resulted in infrastructure demand to implement it effectively. Head teacher of Bavaroko Junior High School, Simon Kayaka, outlined the challenges his school faced while adding junior high school grades, particularly the new grade 10 group and the third wave of grade 9 students. Mr. Kayaka admitted that the expansion was challenging in the first place, stating that when the school was first told to accept grade 9s, it did not have the necessary facilities, especially classrooms. To make space to cater for his 4,800 students, the school had to strategize with the limited resources it had.
It was very, very challenging at the first place. You know, when when the school was announced to take on grade 9s, we did not have the facilities to have them. So what we need to do is strategize with what we have. Looking at the classrooms, the primary need to minimize, cut down, and free up some classroom and give it to the high school. So that means the primary are now so packed in the classrooms, yes. And they free up 4 classrooms for the first 4 grade 9s. We were able to build a new 4-in-1 classroom, and the grade 10s, when they finished from grade 9, they went straight into the new classroom. Yes.
The National Capital District Provincial Health Authority's management and staff participated in the Pinktober Walkathon with NCD Governor Porus Pakop recently. As part of the walk, the public health and curative health staff conducted awareness on breast cancer and other cancers with the residents of NCD.
As part of the Global Cancer Awareness Campaign, the NCD Provincial Health Authority's management and staff have joined hands with the Governor for NCD Porus Pakop on the Pinktober Walkathon. City residents participated in this program to amplify the global call to action on breast cancer and other forms of cancer. NCD-PAJ Chief Executive Officer Dr. Robin Oge said cancer remains a silent killer in Papua New Guinea and around the world, and that prevention must begin at the community level. The NCD-PAJ aims to ensure both men and women enjoy a cancer-free life through early detection and information sharing. Dr. Oge also emphasized the importance of public health promotion and community responsibility, urging people to make healthier lifestyle choices and seek early screening. Governor Pakop said it is a shared responsibility where the awareness and education campaign on cancer lies with organizations, communities, and individuals to promote early detection, prevention, and education about common cancers in PNG. Dr. Robin Oge further called on city residents to seek immediate medical attention if they experience abnormal cancer signs.
With the growing rate of oral cancer and other oral diseases in the country, dental surgeon Dr. Samson Akivi urges Papua New Guineans to do regular oral health checkups. Dr. Akivi said dental health issues have spiked due to many Papua New Guineans lacking dental care and hygiene habits and knowledge of dental services in the country.
Oral cancer is one of the dangerous dental issues and killing diseases in the country, has been affecting lives of mainly the male population of the country. Dental surgeon Dr. Samson Akivi revealed that consecutive chewing and alcohol consumptions are contributing factors to oral cancer in the PNG context. He urged Papua New Guineans to see a dentist for early detection should they identify symptoms. He said it is the only safest way to eradicate oral cancer in its initial stage.
Oral cancer is on the rise. Oral cancer is on the rise, and we know many people are dying from oral cancer. We've seen in media. We've also noticed some of our relatives and family members that went there for the treatment. One of the things that we normally face most of the time is that early detection is very important. Early detection. When we have early detection, then you give ample time for other treatment. Surgically, or you can chemotherapy or all other treatments that can come. But one of the things is that most of our people don't realize the importance of their oral cavity.
Dr. Akivi runs the One Soap Dental Solution Clinic. He set up the shop when he saw the need for more dental awareness and services outside the regular dental services provided by public hospitals. One Soap Dental Solution provides preventive and diagnostic services for dental checkups, rehabilitative dentistry for tooth fillings and replacements, oral surgery, and pediatric dentistry.
Pediatric, we provide dental services for young kids. We do, say, fissure sealant. That fissure sealant is simply, we place some material on top of the grooves on the teeth, the grooves and the feces on the teeth, where it helps avoid bacteria and things onto a younger childhood. That's one. And two, we do prosthetics for older people or young people who have missing teeth. We do prosthetic to replace that. And then we also do conservative dentistry to restore the tooth, those tooth that are carelessly broken down.
Dr. Akifi encourages citizens to take care of their health. He said with recurring issues of medicine shortage in the country, prevention is better than cure. Michael Tamtipais, TV1 News.
Lack of management in the health sector across the country is leading to many citizens dying of curable diseases. Leader of Opposition Douglas Tumuriesa raised this concern following reports of a shortage of medical drugs at the Alotau Provincial Hospital. He is concerned that despite reports of a surplus of medical supplies in the area medical stores, these supplies are not reaching provincial hospitals.
During a press conference held today in Port Moresby, Leader of Opposition Douglas Tumuriesa raised serious concerns regarding the management of the health sector across the country, highlighting that poor oversight has resulted in preventable deaths from curable diseases. He emphasized that despite a reported surplus of medical supplies in the area medical stores, provincial hospitals are failing to communicate their actual status, leading to significant shortages of essential drugs. Tumuriesa specifically cited complaints from the Milne Bay Provincial Health Authority regarding a lack of medical drugs at Alotau Provincial Hospital. He stressed that this disconnect between the available supplies and the need of the hospitals poses a critical risk to public health.
It is the responsibility of government of the day to make certain that prescribed medicines, prescribed drugs are available in the pharmacies of the hospitals. So our people do not die unnecessarily because of lack of drugs and medicines in our country.
The Leader of Opposition called for immediate action, noting that Minister for Health Elias Kapavore has acknowledged the existence of surplus medical drugs in storage. However, he pointed out that the staff at provincial hospitals are not adequately updating the health department about their inventory, which hampers proper distribution and access to necessary medical care.
Makes me wonder why we have expensive equipment in our offices where we can monitor every hospital in our country, every district in our country, and yet we know the problems, the situation faced by our PHAs, by our hospitals, by our doctors, by our aid posts and district hospitals, and yet we cannot attend to them. We cannot press the button and say, Milne Bay, you haven't given us the report for the last 3 months. You have seen it on the screen.
Tumuriesa urged the government to implement stronger management practices within the health sector to ensure that medical supplies are effectively utilized and that communities receive the healthcare services they need.
When are we going to stop this? Is it rocket science that someone has to sit down and calculate it and press some calculator and do all sorts of nonsense before you deliver the stuff to the island? I think it's about time we go back and do simple things correctly. I don't think it's rocket science. I think all it needs is common sense and someone faithfully sitting down and doing his paid job.
Freddie Moe, TV1 News.
For 11 years, John Sound could only listen as his children's voices changed throughout the years, telling him that they were growing up. From Wewak in East Sepik Province, Sound was forced to quit his job after he lost his sight in 2014, while his wife, Fawn, who hails from the Morobe Patrol Post, also lost her vision in 2018. The couple beheld each other for the first time last week after successful cataract surgeries by Laila Foundation in Leh, Morobe Province.
68-year-old John Sound from Wewak in East Sepik Province was not able to watch his 8 children grow up for 11 years. Sound, who worked with a drilling company in Leh, had to quit after he lost his vision in 2014.
2014, saya tu apply belum pass. To apply belum pass now. I'm more look saya all picking me or only big plan only go married or this land. No got now. We got 9 plan tumbuh na misa istawan demo ligona. Bisa ko kamu na engkau, oli sari mi orang na bedeng oli tok masih ne bakarap. Okay, mi come back na bistab na mi mo tinggi no gona bana bat. Misa istab to sebo segi to so come back now. Okay, time mi go lo Friday mi go lo engkau na oli tok sem. Oli dia baik ah. Na oli charging mama's money. Na mi asking them to no hat. Now we pray you might. Na mi kap to ki meri problem. Ola ini mo likap now. You mi go more people belum go dia ikam now. Ini misalnya talk to them online ni. Kau tiri ni mau kisim sahaja belum likap now. Ini ko. Ami to kasi na mi go na buki mi ta solo. Mande. Na all talk teste. You must go down. Na mi kam do tamlo ya. And light inside belum ni ya. Ayah. Only walk na. Mi ko mo siya mama kali. And then mi go house now. All tumbulan na. Pigin ni oli big plan oli ko mari ta mi ko mol na mi kaya all na. Mel belum itu yang play na mi lusin sila. Si kai me kim now. I am stop ko na kam mama. Na mi ko ne and mi tra wan kam na house ke all time oli lausin. Na mi ko ne mi wali pasien na. Mi kaya ro ngata mi to. Mi yang play mi kisi na yo. Ila kam lapu na mi to wasya.
Mrs. Sound, with a bandage over her right eye, said they both came to the hospital on Thursday, October 16, 2025. Her left eye was operated on, while her husband had his right eye fixed. The couple, along with the other patients, shared that the surgery took less than 6 minutes and was painless.
Amigo, ta suerte, lausin mi rugin mi sa office. Di silo lain ya. Oli mas kan na stable ni sila. Ulaun no ngol kata papuin ni ni. Papuin ni bakra pun sila ni stable mi tawas. Na mi to big pretentious ni lo ni.
They extended their appreciation to the Laila Foundation and their partners, including the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and Charity Vision USA, in association with PIH and iCare. Kamila Guare, TVWAN News, Leh.
Rocket stoves introduced in Medang and PNG Air increases ATR fleet. Those stories and more when we come back. Stay tuned.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's OneTalk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's OneTalk Wallet. PSP's OneTalk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
Magic Golden Ticket Promotion come back. Now by Pinis long 30th November 2025. Piny Magic Golden Ticket long you, long winning share long 500,000 kina inside long packet magic chicken or beef noodles. All prizes start 50,000 kina, 20,000 kina, 1,000 kina, na 500 kina. Open packet long magic noodles na Piny Golden Ticket long come up winner. No can wait. Buy magic noodles now.
The Toyota JD Hiace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hiace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hiace bus and experience the Hiace pride, the bus that exceeds all expectations.
P&G's favorite soft drink now in bottles. Gold Sport brings you fresh, bold flavors in brand new 500ml bottles. Taste the rainbow. More freshness, more flavor, more fun. Lime, orange, raspberry, and pineapple. Proudly made in PNG. Proudly Gold Spot.
Are you ready to meet the best version of yourself? The one with the bright, confident smile? You've got to take pride in how good you look, how fresh your breath smells, and how great you feel. To boss it at work, to be your best for uni, or to catch the eye of that special someone. You've got to brush up your vibe with whiter, healthier, brighter teeth. Brush up for confidence with Colgate.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Oh, that sounded good. Fielders can only watch that. Beautiful innovated shot. That is a lovely shot.
Up it goes. This time it's taken.
Welcome back. Teaching Service Commission will not negotiate with the PNG Teachers Association on the PNGTA Teachers Salary Fixation Memorandum of Agreement for 2026 to 2028, as demanded in a letter sent to the TSC dated October 6, 2025, for several reasons. TSC Chairman Samson Wangihomi said the Teachers Salary Fixation MOA cannot be renewed. Firstly, because the position of the President and the National Management Committee has expired. Wangihomi's response comes after PNGTA issued TSC with a 7-day notice on October 6, 2025, to respond to the Teachers' Salary Fixation MOA for 2026 to 2028 from the date of notice. He added that the budget cycle for 2026 has passed, and so it is too late to consider reviewing the 2023 to 2025 MOA for consideration in the 2026 TSC budget. PNGTA Acting National General Secretary Kingston Alu said PNGTA will seek legal advice on the matter. Local-level government presidents and councils in Morobe Province have made a call earlier this week for a by-election to vote a new governor for the province following the death of late former Governor Luther Wenge a month ago. The call has erupted opposing views from other district leaders who still mourn the loss of the great Governor Wenge. Chairman of Government Business and Watut local-level government president Waka Daimon stated that the mourning is still on since the burial of the Wenge. However, some basic services projects are still under progress, and the province needs a capable leader to take over till 2027.
Sore na people blo Morobe too start blo sore yet. Thinking blo politics in Ukera yet. But this la passing or member or even 2 or 3 blo member who said or put him on a booming or president go come. This la no interest for people blo Morobe. Now people all yet by voting governor blow because one player and still long time all can call him. He should reach blo Morobe provincial government governorship. Now people here by voting governor no like na thinking law.
The rocket cooker is sure to be a hit among mothers living in rural Papua New Guinea. This simple portable stove was introduced to Sia villages and proved to be an ideal cooking apparatus that needs just twigs and a little patience as food or water is being cooked.
Mothers at Sia village in Medeng were in awe of the rocket cooker following a demonstration on how to use it. The rocket cooker was created by engineer Paul McFarlane of Rocket, Boil and Cook. He designed this cooking apparatus after spending time at the Asuramba Manam Care Center in Bogia in 2011. Mr. McFarlane is married to a woman from Manam Island and experienced firsthand the struggle of the displaced islanders in the care centers. This included access to firewood, which often led to quarrels with their own people or with the landowners. The rocket cooker is a simple stove that's efficient, portable, durable, and requires just tweaks to create enough heat to cook food and boil water. For 14 years, Mr. McFarlane and his wife, who now reside in New Zealand, invested in this simple innovation. This year, they found an international manufacturer and brought a sample up to PNG to introduce it to local suppliers and conduct demonstrations with locals. The portable stove has an inbuilt 15-liter compartment for water with a hole for refilling, a combustion chamber set up in an L-shaped in the center of the stove. It leads upward to direct fire and heat to the bottom of a pot, while the bottom half leads out of stove barrel to allow airflow and fuel for the fire. While the combustion chamber directs fire and heat upward to cook food, it also heats up the water in the water barrel. There is a tap connected to this side of the barrel to collect the hot water.
So going up there and seeing everyone just sitting there with 3 cans on the ground feeding the fire, with wastage of fuel, and then more having to go miles to, find wood. So went back to New Zealand and thought how I could do it, and I knew about rocket stoves. Then we come up with the idea of putting the water in as well, so they could get the benefit of efficient cooking and the ability to have hot water on hand.
Sierra local Francisca Palangat was impressed with this invention.
Mi plor mama sta plongen mi plor kam so mi plor mosem. Sampla sai tu lo firewood tu e mosem e ki mi plor isi mi plor sampla mama tu e mi plor hat plor mama blo broke firewood. So I'm all this la kind of firewood em hisi lo mi plor so tim han blo mi plor to. This la mosem em double cookia waras tap inside emosem temosia nem olgo salim donut blongol same time I'll give him tilo save him all customer.
Whilst Mr. McFarlane and his wife are yet to establish a market in PNG, the rocket cooker is already selling in New Zealand. It is a vital apparatus for camping and disaster relief, and in most instances in PNG during the constant power outages. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
PNG Air welcomed its first of 4 new ATR 72-600 aircraft yesterday as part of its modernization program aimed at enhancing safety, reliability and efficiency. Registered as P2ATX Lay, the plane touched down at 7:50 p.m. to waiting PNG Air staff and was welcomed with a washdown. The ATR 72-600s will gradually replace the airline's older Dash 8-100 fleet, simplifying operations and reducing costs.
The aircraft arrived safely from Canada after 5 days under the command of Captain Enoch Lapa and First Officer Iata Tavinke. Brought in under a lease agreement from a commercial passenger aircraft leasing company, Aviation, the aircraft will be used under this arrangement for 6 years. Before being leased to PNG Air, this aircraft was used by Mandarin Airlines in Taiwan. PNG Air CEO Brian Fraser, in welcoming the arrival of the aircraft, outlined how the ATR 72s will contribute to the sustainable growth of the company.
We're embarking on a rationalisation and modernisation program that will drive synergies for the company in providing modern and safe aircraft transport for our customers. The aircraft we selected and we're rationalising to will drive 30% fuel savings as compared to older turboprop aircraft and regional jet aircraft. It will produce lower carbon emissions and it'll drive cost synergies right throughout our business.
He also touched on the company's broader plans to replace its aging Dash 8 fleet, completing the airline's transition to an all-ATR 72-600 operation.
The Dash 8 aircraft that we currently operate are 40 years old. They're proving very difficult to support. It's hard to find parts and components for them. It's also hard to find engineers and pilots that want to work on those aircraft. So our plan is to phase those out by no later than February next year.
The new aircraft is the first of 4 to join the fleet. PNG Air currently services 22 airports and plans to expand these as new planes are added to the fleet.
We're calling ourselves the People's Choice, and we're servicing 22 ports around the country. And with this fleet expansion plan now, we'll be able to connect more people and more businesses with greater efficiency and greater reliability.
Ruth Rungala, TV1 News.
Papua New Guinea has unveiled gender-inclusive private sector assessment as a national blueprint for gender equality and inclusive economic growth. Chief Secretary Ivan Pomalu emphasized its role in implementing the medium-term development strategy for 2023 to 2027. The blueprint targets structural barriers like limited childcare, unequal credit access, and workplace discrimination. Pomalu highlighted that these inclusive policies could raise Pacific GDP by up to 30% over the next decade. The 2025 Film Festival at Paradise Cinema in Port Moresby has inspired hope and emotion among over 250 attendees. The festival was a culmination of a year-long media seminar conducted this year by the Salesian missionaries. With the theme anchored in hope, the event showcased short films created by young Papua New Guineans, reflecting their struggles, challenges, and triumphs. Organized by the Salesian Social Communication Commission under Father Ambrose Pereira, the festival concluded a year-long media education seminar program involving 14 schools nationwide. Films like Cracks in the Wall by LaSalle Technical Secondary School and Light in the Darkness by Don Bosco Technological Institute earned top honors with the St. Carlo Acutis Prize awarded to LaSalle. Father Ambrose told the participants, "Your films have placed before the audience your struggles," urging educators and parents to support the youth in their digital journeys. Supported by Caritas PNG, The Voice Inc. and NBC, the festival celebrated creativity, faith, and digital storytelling among young people, a digital generation anchored in hope and creativity. Carol Kiru Jr., TV1 News. And now let's take a look at the finance news. The Kina closed lower at $0.2379 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our Kina was buying $0.2304, $0.3510 Australian dollars, $0.1898 euro, and 34.41 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold, coffee, cocoa, and crude oil closed higher, copper and copper closed lower, and palm oil closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. This is TV1 News. We'll take a short break, and when we return, we bring news from abroad. Stay with us.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, PSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at PSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. PSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Rumi messing with your game. Time to sweep him out of the room. Oh, or maybe not.
Bing bang ding, ding ding bang, bang bang.
New Fabuloso multi-purpose cleaner with an irresistible fragrance that lasts all day long, creating a field of flowers in every corner of your home. With an irresistible fragrance that lasts and lasts all day long. Fabuloso, irresistible fragrance.
Long year 2024, 7 pla baby i born one time HIV. HIV ikan go long baby long triple rot. Time bel mama ikat HIV, long time long karing baby, na time baby isusu. Tasol yumi can help him bel mama long lookout him baby inside long bell. Go quick time long bell mama clinic na kisim antenatal check. Time yumi panim sick HIV area o time bell mama i positive penis, early treatment i can save him baby. Give him baby healthy start long life. Stop him spread long sick HIV ego long baby. This lutok sawe ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Did you know that you can get the latest updates on what's happening on the DTV app? 1. Open the DTV app. 2. Go to the profile on the upper right-hand corner of your screen and scroll down to push notifications. 3. Turn it on and you're good to receive notifications on the latest sports, TV series, and movies. DTV, your TV on the go.
Up and over. That is how you put the error behind you.
In the air it is, and Lindsay Smith gets the big wicket.
Oh, and straight away, a wicket in the first to run out.
Dear Spleen and Spline, I'd like to apologize in advance for what I'm about to do to both of you.
They're taking car builds.
I will not be beaten.
And drag racing to whole new heights.
Did you see those jugs? Did you see the bouncing? Oh, he's on fire! He is on fire. I can't see that. It's like a car guy's dream, dude.
Dude, this is going to be amazing. Roadkill, Mondays 8:30 on Turbo.
Welcome back. In Port Moresby, the next generation of climate leaders are already taking action. Students from across the city gathered at the Port Moresby Nature Park for the 2025 Climate Science Fair, an event encouraging innovation and environmental responsibility through science. The annual Climate Science Fair is part of the Nature Park's Love Your Nature Park, Protect Our Biodiversity initiative, supported by German Federal Foreign Office. It brings together primary and secondary schools to showcase projects focused on renewable energy, waste management, and sustainability. The theme this year is Boosting Biodiversity, Small Steps for a Wilder PNG. The major sponsors of the second Climate Science Fair are ExxonMobil and Brian Bell, who also provided the prizes that will be awarded to the schools as top performers.
The Climate Science Fair is a really good initiative that we hosted here at the Port Moresby Nature Park. This will increase students to learn more about STEM education especially, and also to put in initiatives in conservation in Papua New Guinea.
Among the standout participants was grade 6 student Stallone Kaum from Philip Aravure Primary School, who presented a model comparing the current state of urban pollution with a greener future powered by renewable energy. His message was simple, that humans, animals, and the environment can thrive together through solar, wind, and hydropower.
We are trying to encourage here and tell here that one way that the environment and the animals and humans as well, one way that we can all live together is that we can use renewable resources like solar panels and windmills and water hydro power and all that. Those are ways to create the electricity and power and all that, and
it won't hurt the environment because it doesn't release any gas that pollutes the air, or it doesn't do anything that harms the environment.
Also taking the stage were students from St. Charles Lawanga Secondary School, led by grade 11 student Pentesen Tagupa, who presented a project on cleaner mining practices. Their model uses filtration, air separation and distillation to reduce harmful gases and recycle water from mining tailings. Tagupa explained that the process not only prevents contamination but also converts waste gases for industrial reuse, offering a scientific approach to sustainable mining.
The main aim behind our project is to limit the disposal of, like I said earlier, mining waste such as tailings and wastewater. Wastewater encompassing sewage, mine runoff and drainage. Tailings is mainly those chemicals used in the extraction of the raw materials. So when these particular substances, when they are introduced into the natural environment, they cause damage. So the main aim behind our model is to limit the disposal of those particular harmful substances. Yes.
The Nature Parks education team praised the students' creativity, saying the fair demonstrated the power of youth-led innovation in tackling climate change. Organizers say the event aims to inspire more young people to pursue environmental science and find practical solutions for Papua New Guinea's future. From renewable energy to clean mining, these young innovators are proving that small ideas today can power big changes tomorrow. In regional news, Beijing has ramped up criticisms of Australia over a tense military encounter over the South China Sea on Sunday, accusing the ADF of distributing twisted and absurd propaganda and provoking China. The Australian federal government revealed on Monday that a Chinese fighter jet had released 2 flares dangerously close to an Australian P-8 surveillance plane near the Paracel Islands, labeling the actions unsafe and unprofessional. Defence Minister Richard Marles said no Australian crew members were injured and no damage was done. China's Southern Theatre Command rejected that account yesterday, accusing Australia of violating China's sovereignty and saying Australian forces had intruded into China's airspace. Defence Ministry spokesman Jiang Bin issued a more forceful statement this morning describing the actions of the fighter jet as lawful, legitimate, professional and restrained. Members of the Kaurna Aboriginal community have gathered for an emotional repatriation of the final ancestral remains that were held at the South Australian Museum. Some remains were in storage for up to a century. Now a sacred burial site in Adelaide's northern outskirts is the resting place of more than 500 Kaurna ancestors.
Ancestral remains back on Kaurna land, a sacred reburial long overdue.
It's, in a way, it's magic, what we've come here. And today, the weather, well, the spirits are with us, eh? They're crying those tears of joy for us.
Since colonisation, cultural institutions have been holding Aboriginal remains. At South Australia's museum alone, the remains of 577 Kaurna ancestors were kept in these storage boxes.
It's a scary thing, repatriation, for our community, in the community. But now it's open. That's because the museum locked it up so tight.
This is the 4th and final group of remains to be repatriated from the museum to the burial site Wangayata. The museum once again acknowledging the hurt caused to Kaurna people.
It's been a hard road, it really has. There's been a lot of what we did as a museum, as an institution, created a lot of trauma.
It is all something that's bringing us closer together.
This repatriation follows decades of anguish and advocacy from the Kaurna community, but elders say the reburial ceremony marks just the start of a long journey, with work underway to repatriate more ancestors from around the world. They hope to educate more young people by bringing them on overseas repatriations.
You go on there for one purpose, You're going to get them old people and bring them home.
This is home. It's such a beautiful place, and it's home.
A healing process for generations to come.
North Korea fired a ballistic missile towards its east on Wednesday, according to South Korea's military. A brief statement from South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff gave no further detail, such as how far the weapon flew. Earlier, South Korea's Yonhap news agency said the launch was towards the sea off North Korea's east coast. This development comes as world leaders, including U.S. President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping, are due in South Korea for talks next week. The Asia-Pacific Economic Forum, APEC, is being held in the South Korean city of Jeonju. It is Diwali week, and for Hindus that means celebrating light, color and feasting. The festival has its roots in a religious celebration of the triumph of good over evil. It now has a much broader appeal for Australia's Indian community and friends.
Happy Diwali!
Whether it's at home, under Sydney's Harbour Bridge, or down the local lane, Diwali is a time to come together and celebrate.
Chicken 65. Who made chicken 65? Daisy made chicken 65. That's my wife. Excuse me.
Traditionally, the festival symbolises the triumph of light over darkness and good over evil.
Various cultures, different languages, different rituals. Everyone is respected, and we just like to come together and have a good time.
During Diwali, food becomes the centre of the celebration, with friends and families sharing elaborate feasts and sweet treats over several days, much like Christmas gatherings for Christians.
So everyone made food from their home and we are sharing and eating. So that's called as Diwali, sharing the food with family and friends and enjoying the food.
Right across the country, various events have taken place.
Right from Darwin to Hobart. Hindu Council is a peak body, and we have seen over 15 celebrations conducted by Hindu Council alone.
October is considered a special time for many Indians living abroad.
We feel welcomed in this country, that we are able to celebrate, so the more celebrations are happening across Sydney.
From ancient tradition to modern celebration, Diwali continues to bring people together.
News ends on that note. I'll join you with all the sporting news after the break.
For Simon, life is simple. Dreams seem distant, yet hope remains. One ticket, one dream. Simon's world changed forever.
Yes!
From small dreams to big possibilities. One Top Jackpot is here for everyone. Win big every day.
Curly, straight, soft, wavy, afro, short, long, healthy.
Palmolive Naturals for naturally beautiful hair.
It's formula infused with extracts like coconut oil, aloe vera and avocado to enhance your hair's natural beauty, giving you naturally beautiful hair that always looks gorgeous and smells great throughout the day. Palmolive Naturals.
Have a great hair day!
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Hot in talk, young or old, a calories, family meal with home. We'll bring out the smiles, cause it's our favorite by minds. Sandy, see, colors, scare, rise, don't scare, scare price. how you like it.
100% proudly PNG owned, Seedler Bay Hotel proudly joins the nation in celebrating our Golden Jubilee 50th independence. Thank you for being a valued part of our community. Let's continue the journey for another 50 years together. Proudly PNG.
Meet UmiPay, your digital wallet from TISA Bank. Your gateway to seamless transactions. Withdraw cash anytime at your nearest TISA agent. Send money to family and friends.
Hello, son.
Anytime, anywhere. Top up and pay with just a scan. From taxis to coffee and small businesses, UmiPay makes every payment simple. UmiPay, powered by TISA Bank.
Oh, that sounded good. Fielders can only watch that. Beautiful innovated shot. That is a lovely shot.
Up it goes. This time it's taken.
Thanks for staying with us. After so much speculations on the various social media platforms regarding the final PNG Kumul's team, the lineup was officially announced today ahead of the game between Cook Islands Aitu this weekend. PNG Kumul's head coach Jason Dimitriou was excited to name rising stars and hunters trio Gairovoro, Moria Mora, Finley Glare, and young Gold Coast Titans prodigy Cooper Bai to make their debut against the Cook Islands this Saturday in front of their home crowd.
Coach Dimitriou expressed great confidence and trust in the youngsters and what they will bring to the table come Saturday.
You know, Finley was in our squad last year, didn't play in the Pac Champs, but I'm really impressed with how he goes about his business. I think he's an elite level 9. Wanted to get him around Edwin as much as I could, and seeing them two together out in the field, it's definitely worthwhile. I think he'll show his class this weekend. And
Dimitriou also gave an insight about Moria, Gairovoro and Cooper Bai and the great potential and class they possess to be superstars of the future.
Gairo and Moria are, they're players I've been looking to develop and get in our system, and I think this is a good time for them to step up and show their class, I think.
He added both Moria and Gairo have had outstanding seasons with their respective clubs, CQ Capras and the PNG Hunters. Commenting on Cooper Bai's significant progress in his short stint in the NRL and again making the Kumuls, he described it as incredible.
Cooper Bai's the other one who, feels like he's a seasoned pro as a Kumul, the amount of attention that he gets, but he's had a much better week this week, a lot more focus around his footy, and I'm looking for him to get out there and play good footy this weekend.
While Coach Dimitriou admitted it was a tough selection, he is confident that the team at hand would acquit themselves well, despite the absence of some of the experienced boys from last year.
I think it's the most experienced side we've named. It's been tough this year because we've lost Kosso Bandy, Elijah Roltinga and Benji Cott, who were outstanding for the squad last year, but we've replaced those guys with some pretty experienced players, and obviously Cooper and Edwin comes back in. Having AJ and Zach Laybart back on the edges as well will make a big difference and give us some real experience across the park. But
on the team's mindset and build-up towards their first hit-out against Cook Islands, Dimitriou said though he was disappointed with the PM's 13th game, he is quietly confident the boys will bounce back with a better performance come Saturday. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
Following their flawless performance and resounding victory over the PNG Orchids in Week 1 of the Pacific Championships, the Cook Islands Moana are not getting ahead of themselves as they look forward to their second game against Polynesian sisters Tonga 13 this Saturday. And for Moana's captain, Kiana Takairangi, she's expressed great excitement to be captaining the side again.
Oh, good hands, beautiful pass again. When reflecting on last week's emphatic victory against PNG, Kiana said despite of the big scoreline, it was a tough game and had to dig deep to get past the resilient PNG girls who never stopped trying. She said they had a simple game plan and executed it well.
We were expecting a tough game, and it definitely was. The score probably didn't reflect that, but it's always a tough battle against them. They got us last time we played here in 2023, but we came in quietly confident. We've had a few changes with our staff this year, and we're under the very capable hands of Ron Griffiths, and his resume speaks for itself. So
Kiana and her girls are really excited they meet their Polynesian sisters Tonga this weekend, which is a new team and a new test, but they would be up for the challenge.
Yeah, we do. We're all excited, hey. It was good to probably get a win last week, but we know this week's going to be a new challenge, and Tonga are a strong team, and we're excited for it. We're up for the challenge, and we just can't wait for Saturday to come around.
Kiana further highlighted that for the new girls and a number of younger players in the team, it was an eye-opener for them coming to this part of the Pacific and experiencing the different dynamics of the local culture and the passion people have for visiting teams and rugby league.
Me, that was the highlight of my visit last year, 2 years ago. So to bring a lot of our new girls over and get them to experience the community in the village was amazing, and it was a really it's always a highlight to see a lot of the PNG people singing our music. I think that's really special for us, and we love it here. We love it here in PNG, so very grateful to be here.
It was amazing to note that the Hanawara people know a lot of their music and dance brought about by early missionaries, mostly from the Cook Islands, who brought the gospel here. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The 2026 Rugby League World Cup will feature 26 men's, women's and wheelchair teams from up to 16 nations playing 51 matches over 5 weeks across Papua New Guinea and Australia in October 2026. The countdown to the Rugby League World Cup has begun. The RLWC 2026 logo and website for the tournament have been launched with the draw and venues for matches to follow.
First held in France in 1954, the Rugby League World Cup is the second oldest sporting World Cup after the FIFA World Cup. The streamlined format for the Rugby League World Cup 2026 will ensure the 17th edition of the Rugby League World Cup since 1954 is competitive and meaningful, with more teams than ever capable of winning. Some matches will be played in Papua New Guinea and will showcase the cultures of the Pacific, where the majority of men's and women's teams come from. The schedule is set to include double headers and triple headers. Global qualifying tournaments are continuing to determine the remaining men's and women's berth at the 2026 World Cup. In the men's category, 8 nations have qualified after making the quarterfinals in 2021. They are Australia, New Zealand, Lebanon, and PNG, among others. The remaining 2 men's berths will be determined in Northern Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere playoffs. In the women's, 7 nations have qualified, including Australia, PNG, France, and Samoa. The final women's berth will be decided at the inaugural International Rugby League World Series 2025 in Canada, with nations from each of the 4 regions qualifying for the tournament. They are Canada, Fiji, Ireland, and Nigeria. Making an exciting start to the 2026 World Cup is the inclusion of Wheelchair Rugby League in the Southern Hemisphere, with 8 nations confirmed to wheel it on. Susan Oreape, TV1 Sports.
Netball Australia, in partnership with the Australian Government and Netball Papua New Guinea, is hosting a Train the Trainer workshop in Port Moresby to build inclusive communities through sport. 15 team-up coaches from Netball PNG are taking part in the 3-day training to learn about the redesigned One Netball program, which uses netball as a platform to promote equality, education and social inclusion. CEO of Netball PNG, Lynette Maha, said that Netball PNG hopes to see more Papua New Guineans playing netball in more places more often. Through this redesign program, they are incorporating sport for development by building confidence in children, supporting education, and promoting positive life values. The workshop continues this week in Port Moresby. And finally, Tonga women's team barnstorming front rower, 21-year-old Kalosipani Hopoate is another exciting rookie set to make her presence felt at the Santos National Football Stadium in round 2 of the Pacific Championships this Saturday against Polynesian neighbours Cook Islands Moana. The daughter of John Hopoate comes with plenty of rugby league pedigree and was a key figure in the Roosters Under-19's Tasha Gale Cup system. Pani made her debut for Tonga against Fetu Samoa in 2024. Since the Tongan women's team arrived in port over the weekend, Pani and her Tongan girls have settled in pretty well as they prepare for their first hit-out against Cook Islands Moana this Saturday. During Tuesday's clinic session with NCD schools at the National Football Stadium, Pani expressed great confidence and enthusiasm about the team's preparation ahead of their game.
Yeah, preparation is well and truly underway. We definitely hit the ground running, pretty much coming from the airport straight into a session, which has been the best thing for us to get used to the climate and the conditions. But all the girls are super excited and we're doing everything we can to prepare for this weekend's match.
While they won't be expecting anything less from the Cooks, however, the main focus is on themselves and how best they can prepare for the challenges.
Absolutely, it definitely will be a great test, but the focus is definitely on ourselves. We've got a lot to prove this time around, especially off the back of last year's loss against Samoa. So we've got a lot to prove within ourselves, and we believe that we can get the job done.
With the new coach Meg Ward taking over the reins this time around, Pani spoke confidently about what she can bring to the playing group.
Meg's brought with her a world of knowledge. She's been incredible in our system, and it's only been a couple of days, but we know that she's brought very strong, solid coaching role, and she's super prepared and very excited to be in the camp with us.
Pani and her team were super excited to get out and meet with the local community and especially the school children for soft skills clinics and just to mingle and have fun with kids yesterday at the NFS.
Today's been very exciting for us. We're really looking forward to getting amongst the kids and the community. It's very exciting to experience the PNG culture, just as well as it is to share our culture with everyone here.
Pani said it's her first time being in PNG and is loving the experience so far. And that's all we have for sports. Now for the weather report. Southern region, Port Moresby and Alotau mostly fine, partly cloudy. Daru partly cloudy. Momase, all Momase centers cloudy periods with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau, Kokopo and Rabaul, Kimbe and Buka cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Kavieng, partly cloudy with possible few showers. And Highlands region, all Highlands centers cloudy periods with some rain and possible thunderstorms. Oceans forecast, Coral Sea, sea slight with southeast to easterly winds of 10 to 15 knots. Solomon Sea, sea slight with southeast to northeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. Bismarck Sea, sea slight with southeast to easterly winds of 5 to 15 knots. Pacific Ocean, sea slight to moderate with northeast to easterly winds of 10 to 20 knots. And coastal waters, waters of southern PNG and Indonesian border to Daru, to Kiwai Island, to Kerma, to Yule Island, to Hood Point to Samarai Island, seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. Waters of Samarai Island to Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. And that wraps up the news tonight. Do have a pleasant evening. Good night.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by